What's up with y'all, family? I'm bringing y'all back with a new video today. And I'm gonna say, man, I hope all is well with y'all. The chosen, the real people that are alive, y'all. Y'all are the real ones in this generation. You know, the world is missing and needs people like you. I repeat that, y'all. You may think you're an outcast. You may think you don't have nobody. You may think that something's wrong with you. But everything is right with you, y'all. The world is imbalanced. You get the world balance, yo. I've told you that in every video, and I will continue to tell you that, because when you feel despair, when you feel alone, when you feel like everybody's moving with a pack, and you're moving like a monk or a warrior alone, right? You're not really alone, yo. You have that aura that attracts everybody to you, whether you believe that or not. You shouldn't look for attraction, y'all. You should be seeking greatness. You should be seeking purpose. You should be seeking something that's going to stimulate your growth. Because that's how kings leave imprint on this world, y'all. Your goal is to make sure the world remembers you as someone that's unforgotten or unforgettable, y'all. You know, fake love will come eventually when you are deceased, y'all. That's no matter what. There's nothing you can do about that, y'all. People will treat you like nothing while you're here living, breathing, right? Moving. When you decay or when you cease to exist, y'all, they will show that fake love. They will act like they was with you. They will remember you. Try to warrior replicas of what the fuck you're doing. It's just a bunch of bullshit. That's what I say, family. You gotta worry about the now. Focus on right here, because the present is where everything starts, y'all. The foundation to your life, it starts with creation. You are the creator. So before I start this video, y'all, all I want to say, man, peace to all the real ones that are watching this, and I salute to all y'all, man, because most people in this day and age ain't even real people, y'all. I bet all these motherfucking rich people who run the world, y'all, they have built clones and clones on top of clones in these underground labs or in these oasis-like islands that they preserve, right? And what they do is when they make these clones, y'all, then they push them up to the surface, y'all, and they force them to go live their life. So when you come around people who are not fully aware, you know what? This is the video I wanted to talk about as well, because this is a deep ass download, y'all. And I hope that you have meditated before you have watched this, because you need to have an open mind, a clear mind, and you need to know that there's shit that ceased to exist because you was never taught it. But it can exist, yo, and it does exist. As long as you have an open mind, y'all, anything is possible. You know? So, now let's talk about the video. The video I wanted to talk about, y'all, is why there are so many people who are asleep more than there are so many people that are awake. Well, God said that only 144,000 of us would be activated, y'all. What does that mean? That means that first, the people were going to be spread around the globe. So that means us, ones like myself, we're going to be depopulated around the globe. And it was up to you to spread this truth. First, you had to learn it. First, you had to study. First, you had to find out what the fuck is this world and why is it the way it is. That's your first thing that should come to your mind if you are a real one, an authentic being, someone who lives for themselves and is not afraid to express their light to the world. Now, you must realize, chosen one, everybody don't have a light like you. That's exactly why people envy the fuck out of you, or they try to go against you and debate with you and bring up shit that has no value. So now let's get into the real topic, y'all. So now that you know that you are chosen, now that you know that you have God on your side, that's exactly why you're alone, y'all. Because many people say they love God, but they're not doing what God has done when He was here, y'all. Putting in that work, speaking that truth, shining in authenticity, raising the consciousness up with the collective, y'all. That's what a real follower of Christ does, y'all. And that means that you're following your higher self, which is the Christ consciousness. So, in other words, that means that when you vibrate high, y'all, you want to share that to other people so they can stop living in depression, so they can stop killing themselves or cutting their skin to shreds but believing in this false ass illusion, yo. You know, people harm themselves because of the illusion that's dragged them so below the flesh that they believe that they are exactly who they are. You're the body, yes, you are the body, but your soul and your spirit are the ones in control of this vehicle. So you're not really the body like you think you are. You can't control the way you look. I see that. Yes, that's true. But you can build up your energy so you can shine on the outside. So you can increase your magnetic energy or your magnetism, yo. You can increase the way you look just by shining some light over it, yo. And no matter what, whether they turn the light off or not, right? They can't now take or dim your fucking light, yo. And that's why these hoes, they can't stand you. But I wanted to talk about the clone race, or the clones that walk amongst us. So whether you believe this or not, yo, as I get deep in this video, there are a lot of people who are walking clones. You know, they showed you that shit on GTA, y'all. When you were walking, creating your life as the chosen one, which was your character online. Everybody around you who was walking around the city or in the neighborhood, just walking with their heads fucking cut off, cause they ain't looking at the sky. They ain't trying to become aware of where the fuck they are. They're just walking and looking down and repeating that shit every day, right? My bad for that, family. I had to go get something. But the clone race, yo. Understand this, but understand this. Because you need to realize that when you feel for others deeply, or when you feel for people who can't gravitate or absorb depth, yo, that means you were really chosen by God to handle everything that came with your reality. You were meant to endure a hard life. I repeat that, no matter what. If you claim you're chosen, or you claim you have this light, and you call yourself a chosen being, you must have went through hell, and you crawled out of that hell, and now you're on the surface because it took for you to live in the other world, to adapt, to live here. So the clone race, which are the races that I have told you about, which are the motherfuckers that walk with no mind on GTA, y'all. Yes, those are what you call programs, or those are what you call, you know, just straight up dead motherfuckers, y'all. Because they're walking dead. There's a reason why they created the show The Walking Dead. To signify the people who walk around this bitch are dead because they're not thinking for themselves. They're stuck in a robotic simulation. They don't have enough strength within to break through it, to see, because they lack a third eye. And now that you know that, that means that when you feel for people, or when you love somebody and they can't contemplate that, or you know, let's just say, endure and absorb your energy, y'all. I don't want to say that they're a clone, but it's a high possibility they can be clone-like, because I'll tell you this every time, yo. We are all one. That means that we are all reflections of each other because we look the same. We are the same. We all have the same body mechanism. We walk, we talk. But some people have a soul. Some people don't have a soul, yo. And as sad as this shit may sound, this shit is real. And that's exactly why the world is so corrupted, yo. Because, well, there's so many people in this world trying to fight for the purity and the goodness of the world, right? The devil and all these rich motherfuckers who ain't really rich, but they're poor inside, they create robots, droids, or clones, and they put them onto the surface to walk amongst us, to go against what is supposed to be here. Because if they know we signify peace, prosperity, and abundance, yo, of course they're gonna program what the fuck they want to be, whatever it is they choose for them to be, which are acting out of evilness, killing, and going to schools and shooting everybody and shit. You know, trying to rape all these women. You know, you think that shit is normal, yo? Ain't no average motherfucker finna just think, oh, let me go do this and that. You know, fuck no, yo. Those are clones. They were sent here for a mission, and that mission was to fulfill it. Because they were created by somebody. That's a drone. That's an AI. And if you don't believe that shit, how come AI is taking over, taking your jobs, you know, living in your phones through Siri? All this shit, it might baffle you, but yet it's existing right in front of your face. If you was just to question that shit and think like, damn, he does have a point. And I'm not expecting no motherfucking clone to watch this video because you won't even understand this shit, yo. This shit is too esoteric for your brain. This shit will shatter egos alone because I don't have an ego, yo. My ego only activates whenever I need to protect myself or feel like I gotta stand because I'm not getting heard or I'm not getting, truly seen in a way. But I don't really care, yo, because I know my worth. But since you're a chosen one, this is something that you should already know because that's exactly why everybody's not at one with you. Why do you think everybody goes against your peace? Because they were programmed to be negative, yo. They were only sitting down here for one purpose, to create chaos for the chosen ones. You are chosen if you're watching me. But you must know who your enemy is and how Satan uses pawns and people to get to you. He can't fuck with you, yo. Satan knows that he can't fuck with God's children. That's exactly why God casted his ass out the firmament, So the devil only can use people if they play his game the way he made it for them, yo. I don't play the game, yo, because I simply exist, yo. I'm not doing things for the Matrix. I'm here to break the Matrix. And you break the Matrix by shining in authenticity, loving yourself, helping the ones around you that are aiding it. But it's so deep, man, because you may not even get it now. You may think like I'm crazy. But that's a good thing, yo, because if you're not crazy, well, that means you're not thinking hard enough on something that is wild, yo. I don't care, yo. There's no excuse for somebody going to a school and shooting kids. You think there's an excuse for that? Fuck no. Whether you were raised right or not, everybody knows what's right and what's wrong. And that's why I say that there's people with souls like myself, and there's clones walking amongst us that don't have a soul nor a conscience. All they have is a mission, and that mission was programmed to them by their creator, which is these labs or these sciences in these laboratories, yo. That's how deep this shit runs, and that's why everybody around you that you may try to show love to, they can't reciprocate it, yo, because they're not real like you. You're real. You're like the water, yo. You're deep. You have depth. They're not even shallow, yo. They just can't even get in the water, yo, because they can't take it, And that's exactly why they always say that when you rise or when you do something or when you make a change, the world goes against you. Hey, that's exactly why, yo. Because these lost motherfuckers, yo, are only here to distract you, yo, and create negativity. But this was a video, and yes, family, we have the woken ones in this world, which are us, the golden child of the family, the black sheep, or just like I say, yo, the chosen one. And then you have the clone race, you have the lost souls, you have the sleep ones, you have many other people here. There's still people with souls in this matrix, yes, that are still asleep or under the hypnosis of the matrix. So not everybody's a clone. It's just some people, they fight for the matrix because they're asleep and that's all they know. They don't really know nothing else. That's why your mission is here right now, to help others grow. And you can only do that, yo, when you have an aura or a strong presence that pulls them in. You gotta pull them in. You gotta pull their magnets, which is their soul, so they can, The only way you do that, yo, is if you cleanse yourself. You pure your energy. You remove negativity from your aura field. You cleanse yourself daily. Whether you use sage, Palo Santo, or whether you just go into deep meditation alone. You cast positive affirmations over yourself. Either way, it works. But you may be asking me, why are you telling me this, Eugene? Because I'm here to leave my purpose right here for you, yo. I'm here to govern the world. I'm here to protect the world from the shadows, yo. How can I protect the world, yo? I do that by spreading my light, by spreading my truth, by hoping that one of y'all resonate with it, because I'm still living. I lived a good life, but I also lived a hard life, y'all. I had many guns to my face. I could have died. I met death in the face, y'all, many times. So I'm only telling y'all this shit, y'all, so y'all don't have to go through this, y'all. It's not about flexing on y'all. It's about letting y'all know that death is certainly a real thing. And once you have met it face to face, y'all, you realize in that moment that at that point, yo, it's about what you did with your life, yo. Because if someone chooses to kill you, yo, there's nothing you can do about it, yo. Everybody has free will. But if you have a high frequency, you speak positivity over yourself, and you share that yourself with peace and prosperity and it's light. With those clones or these negative entities around you, yo, they're not even gonna want to be around you, so they're gonna just move because you're repelling them away like mosquitoes, yo. They can't come into your aura field with that bullshit because the love within you is automatically gonna go to them, and these clones are gonna start showing you love because they feel that love just by talking to you, y'all. But yes, this is a real thing, y'all. And I like to call this the chosen ones. And you know, who spread their mission, who keep walking in with dignity, will get attacked by the clone race, y'all. Or these motherfucking side quest characters that are on GTA because they're here to live for the world, yo, because this is all they know. They were made to be surface level. You're etheric and higher, y'all. That's why they can't fuck with you. But yet they try to fuck with you and try to dim you. Remember, don't let the enemy win, yo. I'm with you every time because I'm leading the army, yo. So I just want to say, man, if you'll watch to the end of this video, man, go into meditation, man. Eat right. Stay celibate, yo. Make sure that if your woman is truly for you, yo, she will protect you. She will love you. You don't love her in a lustful way, y'all. Lust kills attraction, y'all. Love her from what you see in her. Look in her eyes and tell her that you love what you see. You know, touch her chest, man, and feel her heartbeat, yo. Love on her soul. Do what you can, because this life shit ain't forever. But you want to leave your imprint on this world, man. That's how king is remembered, yo. But I love y'all, man. I say 100.